I'm going back in, looking at bars, simplifying them, cutting out words, making sure it connects emotionally, because this is all the music is for us, an emotional pull on, your fans.
Yeah.
So if you can connect emotionally with your fans, that's like the determining factor.
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin', Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look. If she not lieutenant.
Let me introduce you. I want to hear more about this, but I want it to be caught.
Sure.
So another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show, live on Lake Street. Special guest in the building. We got the gentleman Brand New, which I'm pretty sure was just name dropped and then walked in the door, which is that's a first. We've done damn near 200 episodes, and I don't think we've ever had somebody come up here, name drop someone, and then pass them in the hallway and not even know.
Solid. No, he ain't even see me.
That's crazy. That's dope though. Look at God.
Sure.
Look at God. Okay, so Brand New.
Yes.
I want to start with the name.
Mm-hmm.
So BRANDNUE.
Correct.
Explain that to me. What is the name?
My government name is Tarnu.
Okay.
It's a Liberian name. And at first I was going by New Morian, which is my abbreviation of my first name and my last name.
Okay.
But I took off like 2 years rapping, like 2019, 2020. I stopped rapping. There's a lot going on, personal stuff. Was kind of finding myself for the most part.
A little reset?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a rebrand for real. And my Instagram name has been Brand New for 10 years. So I'm like, damn. And people like will call me Brand New or some type of variation of Brand New for real. So I'm like, fuck it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Changed it.
Brand New.
Exactly.
I'd have thought you'd done that a long time ago.
Exactly.
It's perfect. That's great. Okay. So prior to your break, your reset, were you taking the music seriously? Or?
Yeah, I was. I was getting a lot of feedback. I knew I was good. That's me personally, but other people would tell me I was good, and other people would tune in. And when I would drop, it's like it was something, for them to see.
Yeah.
So I had a passion for it, and people were receptive. So I'm like, cool, I'm rocking with it, I'm running with it, but I just didn't have like the funds. I didn't have too much of, how can I say it, of a backing. I ain't had no backing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people don't. It's tough.
Tough
industry, especially when you got to fund it yourself, and
for sure
you live in the land of 10,000 rappers.
Most def.
Yeah, I mean that's real shit. Like there's a lot of people. There's a lot of artists out here. A lot of people trying to get to that pinnacle with the pen, and it's tough. It's already a tough industry, and when you're competing with 10,000 other people trying to rap, it can be draining. Was you being an artist, was that part of the
life plan?
Yeah. Well, actually, what I was gonna say was that part of the mental kind of I need to walk away, or was it other things outside of the music that forced you to take that break? Because a lot of artists use music as a way to get that shit out.
For sure. It was a way to express, and I wasn't definite about too much.
So when you took the break, was it always with intentions to come back? Or no?
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
It was in limbo.
So what was the driving force behind coming back to it?
My daughter.
Your daughter. So that's interesting. Because, it's an industry that's so tough to break into. When somebody says, like, hey, I had to take this job. I had kids on the way. I get that. But it wasn't I had to take this job. It's I got to rap. I got to make music. Was it just a lack of other opportunities for you? Or was you just knew that was it? That's how you're going to provide for your family?
I knew not me. I knew it was it, rather. I'm filling it out, saying certain things differently, articulating and just expressing certain things that I'm like, that's like uncommon.
So it wasn't just her arrival It was how she changed your life. It wasn't like,
Yes.
oh, my daughter's here now. I got to come up with a game plan. It's, oh, my daughter's here. I'm seeing things differently.
Yes and no, simply because it was pre her coming here and I was, you feel me, getting in mode.
Yeah.
So I'm rapping, practicing to myself though. Nobody knows. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
One of my homies, I had just went to the studio for the first time. And my homie, he went out of town, but he let me borrow his car. I was staying in Kansas City, Missouri at the time. I was going to school.
Okay.
And he come back. We just on Instagram. He like, why the fuck everybody want to rap? But I ain't tell nobody I'm rapping. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah. So he made you,
know?
feel a little funny about it. Like,
For sure. So I just kept it under wraps until it was time. I'm like, I can't really keep it too low because I know I'm good. I'm not that discouraged enough to be like, I'm about to just hide this or keep this under wraps to appease other people. I knew I was fire.
Yeah. When you say you're good, what level do you put yourself at? Is it just I'm good at this?
No.
Or I'm the best? Nobody's out rapping me.
Everybody gonna think they're the best.
Yeah, but a lot of people say they're the
With
best
me,
and they know they're
I
not.
can hang for sure.
Yeah.
Without question.
Yeah. I actually feel like it's the humblest ones on the not necessarily the local level, but, like if I tell somebody like, hey, when I hear you rap, you're just as good as J. Cole. You're just as good as Kendrick. If your response to me is, yeah, then I kind of feel like you don't really believe that. If you're humble about it, does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people, there's you got to be humble. Because you could be sitting here with 3,000 followers on IG talking about, I'm better than Cole, I'm better than Kendrick, I'm better than I'm better than Drake. But what does that, you know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, there has to be a level of humble about it, because I guess I'm losing my point here, but.
Right. Like, kind of, it goes without saying. Like, if you're really a good rapper, your art will speak
I
for
don't
you.
like the phrase that seems to get thrown around a lot. You're supposed to feel like you're the best.
Right.
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're not. Like, no, I don't agree with, you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to be your biggest fan, but you should know if you're the best. You should be able to hear your shit and really know, like, am I as good as the people that we consider the greats? Can I rap with Black Thought?
Mm-hmm.
Don't say you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
have you heard Black Thought rap?
Yes. Otherworldly.
Are you as good as Black Thought?
With time.
What time? What do you mean?
You got 30 years in as far as putting up reps and shots. in.
Right. True. That's true.
I will get on the song and
Rap with them. You will. See? Okay. And that's a good point too. Is the length of a career matters. That does matter. He's gotten better. He's sharpened his sword. You know what I mean? And I'm
Definitely.
using him as an example, but because we know what Black Thought does. Like,
yeah,
he's a monster.
definitely.
One of the
Shout out
greatest.
Shout out to Philly.
Arguably the greatest. Arguably the greatest rapper on the face of the earth when it comes to rap abilities. So,
Yeah.
no, you're not supposed to feel like you're the best if you're not really actually there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of rappers out here that are super successful that aren't the best.
Agreed.
There's some garbage ass rappers out here that are successful.
Agreed.
You got to know how to do it all. You can't, you know what I mean? Just being good at rapping ain't going to get you there.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that brings
No.
me to my next, what sets you apart?
Probably how much time I put into my craft.
You think so?
Definitely.
Okay. So you should.
Without a studio. There's some people who have studios who got unlimited time
Yeah.
and can record themselves.
Mm-hmm.
With me, it's more so like I'm so focused on the rapping. Not saying I won't venture off into getting a stew,
Mhm.
but I'm so focused on the rapping, it's align my life with how to express it
Mhm.
on the track
Yeah.
at the moment. So, you feel me? Like, in layman's terms, my whole thing is rap. I'm fresh. I punch in all the time. I don't rap. I don't write anymore. When I did write, I'm going back in, looking at bars, simplifying them, cutting out words, making sure it connects emotionally, because this is all the music is for real. For us, an emotional pull on your fans.
Yeah.
So if you can connect emotionally with your fans, that's like the determining factor, and that's like my thing, focusing on the emotional connection while being dope, while being fresh, saying stuff in an uncommon manner. For the most part, that's what set me apart.
You're already in an industry that's really tough to
Hell
break into on a professional level. And unfortunately, or whatever, the era of the purist rapper it's dying down. You know what I mean? Like, we don't, like, being a really good rapper doesn't equate to. You with me?
Yes, sir. My fault. It's my bro.
Being a really good rapper doesn't equate to Grammys. Doesn't equate to millions.
Definitely.
Doesn't equate to success.
It's like people trying to keep a dying art form alive for real.
Yeah.
And it's dying. Like, it's not any question about it. Things are evolving. It's like how they say the world's going to be in 2050 is going to be millions of mixed children.
Yeah.
And that's real, because we're blending.
Yep.
We dwelling right now. So if you're trying to preserve something that's clearly like about to go extinct, you like an outlier. You better get with the times, or else you're gonna get looked past or over.
So how do you?
I feel like.
So how do you deal with that?
Me?
Yeah, you personally.
Personally, I stay connected with the youth. I listen to what my little brothers and my little sister listening to.
Okay. Yep.
They'll put me in tune with, like, not even because I'm in tune by myself, but like the younger generation, like the A-Dots, Kevo the Menace, they're my little bros, and we from around the same way.
Okay.
So with younger siblings kind of connecting with you on that level musically, like, did you hear his verse?
Yes.
Or like they could rap his verse like word for word, and it's like, damn, I did hear that. I remember it.
Yeah.
Now you're emotionally connected to it because you kind of leave yourself open to it. So that's how you stay fresh, and because knowing like what type of bops and what type of vibes gonna go on the track that's gonna be correct or proper.
Yeah, that's really important what you're saying right now, to stay connected to the youth, and it's something I'm not an artist, but it's something that I do as well. So I can sit down with the A-Dot, Kevo, Bad Side. I can sit here and talk to these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids because I got kids at home that like that kind of shit. So I can, and that's the other thing that I think is important too, is as a quote unquote old head, me being 38 now, like, there's a lot of old heads in Minnesota specifically that don't really seem.
They not tapped in.
They don't seem to really be.
They don't care.
Yeah, there's a lot of hating going on. It's like, I don't
talking
ever
to
want to be
bro,
that.
Not to cut you off, but I was talking to my bro a couple days ago. We just chopping it up and like letting them know these are the kids who got the kids, or they got the youth.
Yep.
And he like, bro, I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's their life.
Yeah.
You feel me? They just not tapped in. More respect to them, but
yeah, but at one point, like, I was that kid. I was that 16-year-old kid listening to Snoop and Tupac and Wu-Tang, and some of the older people were looking at me funny, like, this is what you,
it's ruckus.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this is garbage. You know what I mean? And now all the people I just named,
they deserve flowers.
Legends, Hall of Famers, like some of the greatest ever. You know what I mean? But that's how it's gonna be going forward, forever.
Correct.
And ever and ever and ever, from generation to
sure.
generation. At some point, my kids are gonna look at their kids like, "Fuck, this is what you're listening to." But at one point, they were listening to NBA YoungBoy and Gunna and Lil Baby. And, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's important to try to see all sides of art, because all art matters. And just because you don't get it or like it, don't mean it's not. You know what I mean? So,
yes, sir.
Okay, so you just dropped a project.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about the project a little bit.
Nued. It's a play on my name. My name brand new. New. Everybody know me Newski.
Yep.
New, whatever.
Yep.
different variations, but Nued is like the same thing. I got a bunch of names that kind of revolve around Nue.
Yeah.
So Nue or Nued was kind of speaking towards vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like the concept.
And it took my life to make this project. I'm telling you, I'm rapping since 2017,
Mm-hmm.
but it was all singles.
Yeah.
Never any like complete body of work
Mm-hmm.
for projects. So without a complete body of work, I didn't know I was like missing out on my superpower until I dropped it.
And what, when you say you were missing on what was your superpower?
I'm a full circle type dude,
So your ability to conceptualize.
for sure.
Okay.
Most def.
Yeah. So, yeah, and releasing singles, there's no room really for conceptualization. I mean, you can use your name to spin on
Scattered
a
thoughts,
song, but yeah,
essentially.
scattered thoughts. But yeah, so nude. So you took the spin on your name,
Yeah.
and the word nude, obviously naked, and kind of like undressed yourself in the
For
music.
sure.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's something that we don't. Again, another thing that we don't get a lot of these days is true conceptualized
Yeah.
projects.
For sure. For
So-
sure. If you get to see the artwork, it's dope. It's like a painting of me in my cousin's backyard. I'm with his dog, and I'm on a bike or whatever. But the initial painting had my face, details on my arms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the artist, Elaine JB, he's from Philly,
Mm-hmm.
did a great job. It's a masterpiece. Absolutely fine piece. He took the detail from my face, my body, and just left me black.
Mm.
And now conceptualizing nude in a black body,
Mm-hmm.
it's anybody. Now, it's not just me. It could be anybody. It could be you.
Yeah.
Be anybody. Because now it's no focus on my face, the details on my nose, the details on my ears, whatever the case may be. It's just a black silhouette.
Mm.
We took that, got the merch going, almost like an experience.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we pushing that. Nued is out now. Apple Music, Nued by Brand New.
Is it on all
Go
streaming
get that.
platforms?
All streaming platforms. Whatever you channel to,
Okay.
go get that.
Okay. And so you also use this as a springboard for the clothing.
Like the music?
Yeah. Well, this project, you're now springboarding into doing
For
clothing,
sure.
Doing. You want to
Unintentionally, though.
do you want to show? You want to show the camera
Most
some of
def.
your stuff? Might as well. Let's see. Okay. Dope. And that looks like really high quality too. And there's the artwork.
Really great painting. Shout
Yeah.
out to Elaine.
Yeah, that's really dope.
Appreciate you.
That's
Thank you.
beautiful. That's beautiful. So, we were talking about it a little bit before we cracked the mics, and I wanted to make sure the conversation was caught on mic.
Yes, sir.
We were talking about how kind of it's tough nowadays there's a lot of gray area and foggy area as to the difference between an actual clothing line and merch.
Yes, sir.
And you got someone like Juice Lord who does Lord Season, and
Shout out Juice Lord.
and Lord Season initially started as like, this is my merch, my artist merch, and now it's taken on a whole. To me, it's a whole separate entity now. Like Lord Season and Juice Lord,
Separate.
whole different thing to me. And
I
he
agree.
really separated it by. Now he drops merch for each project or each whatever what the heel
Concept. The
each
heel
concept,
That's like a
and still has Lord Season. So it's like now he's really separated both. So
fire.
yeah, super fire. He's to me he's one of the best at it. Him B Dot, B Dot to me like she's
Legend.
completely removed the music from her merch, her brand, her merch. It's the B and the dot now. Like there are probably people out there rocking B Dot that maybe don't even know she's a rapper. They're like, this is my B Dot shit. I don't know, So
For sure.
yeah, there's some really people in Minnesota that are really great at that. So is that
For sure.
what you're trying to do with this, or is this a concept for the project? Will you do, if your next project is called Fly on the Wall, will you release Fly on the Wall merch, or
Probably not. We rocking with
you
Nude.
going nude?
That's
Pause.
just me. Yeah. That's just me.
Yeah,
Or that's just everybody.
yeah. I actually really like that. I think that's it's tough to come up with original ideas for
Yeah.
clothing. It's another
It's hard.
You want to talk about the land of 10,000 rappers? We're also in the land of 10,000 clothing lines.
For sure.
Everybody's trying to start a clothing line, and it's really
Man.
tough to come up with the original concept because you see there's a lot of dope shit out here but I feel like it's like you're doing the same thing as them and them and them and them. Like it's essentially the same.
And it's a re-rock, but it's not re-rock too far off. It's like almost the same thing.
Yeah, you're all doing the same sweatsuits. With even like it's like the same. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No, it's definitely a challenge to like find something that's unique to you, or like creative.
Yeah.
That's set apart.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So you're rolling with it is a clothing line.
Yes.
And if they want to get it, where can they find it?
Reach me. The website will be up by the end of this week, but you can reach me on Instagram, Facebook, Tarnue Moryan, TarNueMoryan. Instagram, I'm more so on that at all times. So you can probably get me on Instagram better, but the people who do know me for like, you know, the actual person, aside from the brand, aside from the artist, reach me on Facebook. But Instagram, Brand Nue. YouTube, Brand Nue. BRAND NUE.
What's the website?
The website will be brandnued.com.
Okay. BRANDNUED.
Correct.
Brandnude.com.
Brand Nued.
And they'll be able to get it there.
Correct.
Okay. Dope. So are there features on the project?
Features? Yes, I got one feature.
Who's featuring?
An artist from out Philly named Core.
Okay.
Dope.
You got a direct pipeline to Philly? That's like the third time you mentioned Philly.
Yeah, like with me, I'm Liberian.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a first generation born in the U.S.
Okay.
Everybody, my mom, my dad,
All
and they're
from
everybody.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yeah.
When the war broke out, whatever, you know, it's kind of touchy, but they migrated here. And my father was lucky to come on soccer scholarship, so he didn't have to deal with the war as much as, you know, my mom or the rest of my mother's family would have.
Yeah.
But Philadelphia, Southwest Philly specifically, is like
It's a landing space
for Liberians.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotcha.
you know?
Yep. Makes sense now.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Like, it's a street in Philly or out there, Southwest specifically, that's like Zane. If you ever been to Zane in Brooklyn Park, it's Africans.
Yes.
You know, that's us.
He used to live on Zane.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure. You see it on me.
Yeah.
But Africans, like, that's like where I spend most of my time growing up. You feel me? Lost my virginity over there. And it's like, we always, like, you would hear your mother or your aunties, your cousins, they be like, yeah, your auntie such and such in Philadelphia or in Delaware County. Delaware County is like the county for Philly. I had to go African on y'all. But, you know, so we always had like a connection. My little sister, she's from out Philly.
Okay.
For my stepmom, she from out Philly. My stepsister, they from out Philly.
So when I said direct pipeline to Philly, you really got a direct pipeline to Philly?
For sure.
That makes sense now.
Family right now, like, I can call, go sleep on their couch,
Okay.
sleep in their spare bedroom.
Put it all together. Okay. Very dope. So
And Core, my fault, bro, dope artist, signed to Meek Mill, signed to Dream Chasers and Rock Nation.
Yeah.
You doing this thing, you pushing out of Philly.
Mm.
Real spitter, and he's evolving too. So for those who don't know him, go check him out, bro. KUR, fire, for sure, for sure.
I didn't even know about that.
For sure.
Don't even know who that is.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay. So moving forward, what are we doing? Just are you just focusing on pushing this project and the clothing line?
Moving forward, this whole thing was like an experience. Like with me, I was studying Nipsey like a lot. Like when the project was done and like when I was getting the merch together and just like kind of seeing how he went about the $100 album.
Yep.
If you're familiar.
Yep.
How he pushed it was like genius. It was all experience based. It was all like not the norm for what people were doing in 2013. It was real independence that he was pushing.
Yeah.
Like the Proud to Pay.
Mm-hmm.
And giving them something like sturdy, like, okay, if you buy this shirt, it's a backing behind it.
Yeah.
Like currency, like actual money.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what I'm doing. I ain't really got it all out there. I do. It's solid. It's concrete. However, you know, that's going to be unveiled in due time. But there is a show coming, a new show we're going to be throwing.
Okay.
It's going to be super dope. We're going to be performing the album for the most part. Have some other people there by the grace of God, and we're going to rock out.
Dope. Very dope. So you got the blueprint.
Yeah.
You don't want to give it all away today,
Nah.
but you got a blueprint. You got a
We're
plan.
going to come back.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very dope. Okay. And if they want to find you, where can they find you? Give them all your socials.
Brand Nue. On Instagram, BRANDNUE_. That's Instagram. YouTube, brand new. BRAND space NUE. Facebook, Tarnue Moryan. TARNUE_MORYAN. What else? That's all about all the socials I deal with.
Website might be up and cracking by the time this drops.
For sure.
So brandnued.com.
For sure. We're gonna be rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go buy some merch. It's dope. The quality looks really great.
For sure.
I'm gonna touch it after this, but
Most definitely.
but yeah, man, it looks great.
Hands on.
I like it. I like what you're doing. I like all the conceptualization. It seems like you got a plan. You got an idea.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that these days, man, you might as well quit. So I'm glad. It sounds like you got it. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be paying attention.
For sure.
And again, second time today, I'm gonna say Nipsey, not much better of a person to be following their blueprint. Unfortunately, we lost him.
Right.
Because I thought he had more to offer. But man, I got nothing else for you. But I appreciate you joining me, man. This was a great conversation. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be watching. I'm gonna go check out the project.
Thank you.
I'd like to encourage everybody else to do it.
Thank you.
That's it, man.
Good looks, bro.
Another episode of Live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1.
For sure.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out.